So here is a project work. You would be given a source database, okay, a New York taxi database in a backpack format. You know how to generate the backpack format and how to use it, right? Remember this?
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. And along with the session notes, along with this email, now I'll provide the backpack file.
Okay.
All you do is you need to import, okay? You need to import the backpack file into your local SQL server.
Okay.
Okay. So you can use SSMS tool for this purpose.
Yeah.
In one of the classes, I was showing you how to import backpack file in Azure SQL. Here it is local SQL.
Yes. So can I do it into load to the Azure SQL? I am asking this.
Yeah, you will do here on the migrations. You will do separately. Yes, you will do migration.
Okay. Because in the office laptop, I have that Visual Studio subscription.
Okay.
So there I cannot load it to the local database because admins will look into it. But in Azure with my Visual Studio thing, I can create my own database with that subscription.
Well, let me tell you this way. We don't require Azure account for this purpose. Not required.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it will put this way. Step number 1, or simply say phase 1. Let's do it into phases. Let's wait. Phase 1. You need to, as a data engineer, I'll just put this way. As a data engineer, you're requested to design data warehouse and implement required ETL, incremental loads. Okay, and perform big data analytics as needed. This is the actual requirement. Okay, so in phase 1, what you do is you need to import the backpack file into local SQL. So for this, you don't require any Azure account. Not required actually. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The source database has 2 major tables: trip data and trip files. These 2 are the tables for some taxi data, some data pertaining to travel. Okay, travel data.
Yeah.
What we do is we need to understand the semantics or the structure of the above source database. We need to identify the potential bottlenecks. Okay, understand the design of the tables, source database and tables. Okay, including the data types also. We have to analyze it because as a data engineer, we are supposed to analyze the design first. Okay, understand the design, then identify the potential bottlenecks pertaining to the design. Okay, pertaining to the design, and perform required modifications. Example, change of data types if needed. If needed, okay, you have to analyze whether it is correctly designed or not for incremental loads. Okay, as we need to do ETL operations. Next, perform required modifications. Implement all possible tuning concepts on the database locally, as we need to do ETL next. ETL means we have to perform ETL extract transform load and load extract transform. Both we need to implement carefully. Okay, so based on these activities, make sure you analyze the source data carefully first. Once you do, this is a phase 1. So you are requested to document, this is step number 1. You're requested to document your understanding and implementation steps for above and mail me the document. Okay, implementation step, implementation plan. Document your understanding, implementation plan for above. Implementation plan document to make it clear. Step number 2. I shall verify your implementation plan document and send my corrections if required. Send my corrections, okay? Or a likely go ahead. Then you shall implement the things, okay? Required for this phase 1. Hope it is clear until here. This is a plan, okay?
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so by mid of this week, get ready with this information.
Okay.
Even if you are free today, then you can start working on it. I'll be free for the entire day today. You can also call me today by any time after 12 hours or 14 hours. I'll be free. No worries.
Yeah.
In case, okay, based on your time, okay, it's up to you.
Yes.
Just give me a call and send me a WhatsApp message or email with this document. I'll verify. Just give the corrections and go ahead. You start working on it. Okay, do this.
Okay.
This is the first phase.
Okay.
Next, then just let me give the complete plan. Okay, complete implementation plan. And then phase 2. Here it is. Phase 2 is about the migration activities. In phase 2, migrate the above local SQL Server database to Azure SQL Server, that is logical server. Okay, logical server you have to migrate. Can you migrate the on-premise DB directly to SQL pool? Just give a try.
Sure.
Okay, you got my point now?
Yeah.
Give a try. It won't work actually. It won't work. Okay, you can only take it to SQL database, not to the pool. Give a try.
Oh.
Using backpack method. It won't work. Reason: regular SQL database and Azure SQL database works on row store, individual row store, whereas SQL pool works on column store. Got it?
Okay.
That's the main concept. One is a row store, other one column store. That's the main difference.
Yeah.
For this reason, we need to fine tune the row store data for easy, faster ETL to column store, because the storage activities are different. That is the main reason for phase 1. You got some idea now? Here it is.
Yeah.
Give a try. Okay, just give a try.
Sure.
You will see the error message. See what kind of error you will see. Yep. Next.
Sure.
So what we do? Migrate local SQL server, okay, to Azure SQL server first. Once you do the migration, okay, identify possible techniques, or simply identify the possible techniques to verify that migration is successful. Okay, you do all the migration activities. Then here you go. Once it is successful, then next, create Azure SQL pool. Option 1, directly in Azure SQL server in the portal, or option 2, create Azure Synapse Analytics and then create SQL pool. Try above 2 options. Identify the differences, if any,
Okay.
in terms of access, cost, and later performance. Later means next steps, performance.
Okay.
Okay, access means from SSMS. Okay, next. For now, these two should be fine. So I'll say method 1 and method 2. Above methods. Next. Hope it is clear so far. You'll do until
Yes.
here, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Next. Once you do the migration and SQL pools are ready, next step, implement. Just wait, just hold on.
Sure.
Incremental loads. So here we go. Implement incremental loads. This will be phase 3. So in phase 3, you will do incremental loads. There are 3 different ways. Let's stay tuned. 3 different ways.
Sure.
Here we go. Method 1, using upset. Upset copy method in copy data tool. Method 2, using upset copy method in copy data activity with ADF Studio Synapse Studio. Same thing. Total there are four methods. Number 3, using watermark column method with ADF or Synapse Studio. Method 4, using Azure Data Bricks. Okay, total 4 methods. Now I'll mail you one small video today to make you understand how to get the upset. Actually, this is a new method. Last month they added this upset. It was not there earlier.
Okay.
I'll mail you the video for it now, immediately after the class. Okay, go through it.
Okay. Sure.
I'll mail you the video for the copy data tool. Same concept you can apply in the copy activity also. Okay, you can.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You already have watermark column method, right, in our classes. Do you remember that?
Yes, I have that.
Same method we can also implement by using Databricks through code, isn't it? I think you're already working on it.
Yeah, we are using that upside. We are comparing every column and doing upside.
Delta. We said data delta method, we call it, right, in Databricks.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine. So there are total 3 different methods. You'll try to apply all these methods, okay, as needed. And then once again, before we proceed, here you go. So here it is. So step number 3 here. Phase 2 you can directly do. Okay, you can directly do this too. And again phase 3, step 3, step 4. Will give me the implementations required for this particular phase 3. Hope it is clear so far. Main incremental ETL.
Yeah.
Once you complete this, then our next step. One more thing. Just wait. Yeah, this is important part. Create tables as required, and then also schedule the pipelines. Okay, here you go. We need to schedule the pipelines. Okay, next are jobs, because you will create the jobs as well for incremental loads. Make sure you prepare data source. This is not required anyway. We need to ensure maximum performance. Okay, next, also include the pipeline or optimization techniques. You do this activity. So phase 1 input, phase 2 migration, phase 3 incremental loads, to make it straightforward, simple. 4 steps. Then where you load it? You load it to SQL pool. Okay, load to the SQL pool.
Yes. Next,
once you complete, then we go for analytics like Power BI, adding historical live data, etc. That will be the next item. Okay, that part we'll do separately. That is optional anyway. That is optional, yeah. But just in case, if you wanted to, yes, better to include it as well. That part I'll help you separately once we complete this important and lengthy activity, phase 1, 2, 3.
No.
So here is a phase 4 optional phase requirement. Insert live temperature data. Okay, insert some live temperature data. Perform data analytics. And you also involve in getting the JSON data to Power BI. Next, from Power BI, how to load this live temperature data to SQL pool. Okay, you'll do it carefully here. Once you perform all these activities, I'll take care of the main key takeaways. Yes, come on, give a guess. What would be the main key takeaways? Number 1, ADF versus Databricks, right? Isn't it? When to use which? Make it clear.
Okay.
Number 2, something called storage account, because we need to do staging activities.
Yeah.
Versus ADLS. ADLS Gen 2. Number 3, SQL pool versus Spark pool. Okay, because in Databricks we have Spark pool, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
So we need to understand when to go for which one.
Sure.
Number 4, ADF Studio versus Synapse Studio. Anything else? Give a guess. I'll wait. Give a guess. We have Synapse partitions.
Okay.
Versus pipeline partitions. Okay, so these 5 important differences we need to get so that we are clear in what we learn. Okay, these things. So phase 4 optional anyway, but these are the key differences activities. So first you'll go through phase 1, start working on it today. Okay, and
yes.
Yeah, one moment, I'll mail you this document now. Let's wait. Your